Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Edessa, the Dark Crusade. Our evening begins with Memnon of Clan Lasombra, who, during this night, he has been going over the many machinations and plans he has in the works, and he is somewhat at a standstill, finding that his own reputation is preceding him, but not quite in the way that does him service. So he is thinking to himself while in his forge that perhaps he needs to find the kind of men whom shares with him a similar outlook, an appreciation for his style and approach. So he will venture out into the night, having his taking in his fill of blood from his domain, making his appropriate hunting, and will then proceed to the usual places that he had found in times past, a man by the name of Honest Jim. So, yes, I guess Memnon would probably start in Riverside, since that's the first place he encountered him.
Yeah, I would say that's a fairly good option.
Okay. So, yeah, I would assume with the changes in Riverside, it might be a little harder. I guess Memnon might hit up any taverns that are open now that the curfew is over. Hopefully, life has returned.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, do you need to make an investigation roll or something?
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
you can.
Wits or perception investigation?
I'm going to say wits, as it has to do with kind of thinking on your feet.
All right, 60, 10. Difficulty was 6, 1 success.
Yes, yes. Um, as you kind of wander the riverside, looking at the various taverns and what has been kind of opened up once again since the curfew has been lifted. And business can flow a bit more easily. Uh, you go by a fairly kind of watered down establishment, and you see a man with the, the power, the facial, the body expression that you know as Honest Jim. He is uh, indulging himself in a really something that would be more described as piss water than beer.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, Memnon would just is he sitting down? Is he standing up like at a
He is basically he's sitting down on what would be kind of the steps. He's kind of sprawled out on it as if he's been drinking for a while.
okay. All right, cool. Uh all right. So I guess if Jim doesn't see Memnon first, then Memnon will just go straight to him. He would announce himself by calling out to Jim. Ah, there's the man I've been looking for. Jim. How are we? And he'd kneel down and I guess get face level to him and just sure he's responsive.
Uh, it takes him a while before he kind of registers the voice, and he turns his head a bit and kind of very hazily uh, brings his head up. Evening, my lord. Care for a drink? Trust me, don't drink it. I think it's little piss, but it's good for what gold they give me. He kind of he gives kind of like a burp. It sounds more like an intake of air, as if he's trying to throw up something.
Ah, yes, I've felt that before. Um, Memnon would just like wave his offer away. No, Jim. That is quite fine. Thank you for the offer, nonetheless. However, I do have a proposition for you if you'd be interested. If you are capable of business at the moment.
As soon as you speak of business, he actually kind of flips up as if a switch has been turned, and he still kind of swaggers a bit, but he seems a bit more professional. Anything for you, my lord? What you need on this gym for, eh?
Uh, Memnon just looks over his shoulder up and down the street. How can he assess how alone they are, or at least how much privacy they have?
I would say, for all intents and purposes, there's quite a lot of people here, uh, but most of them are kind of inside the establishment. There are a few people kind of walking about. A lot of them look like women of ill repute. So yeah,
Okay.
you could probably move somewhere to have a more private conversation.
Yeah,
Depends
yeah,
depends on it.
yeah. Memnon would just gesture to Jim like, "Come this way." I suppose if there's an alley, or
Oh
something.
yes, in Riverside, there's tons of it.
Okay. Then when they arrive to somewhere a little bit more out the way, um, Memnon would say, "Yes, Jim, you are a man of many talents, and an ability to acquire things is somewhat of your forte. I am here to ask you if you could acquire something from me."
Well, sir, I guess I could procure your requested item, depending on the the severity of your desire for it. That'll depend on how much it will cost, I suppose. Please, what is it that you are looking for? Are you looking for the key to the city? Are you looking for the crown jewels? Are you looking for the undergarments of a virgin? Honest Jim can get anything for you at a proper price.
Memnon just smiles and nods as he goes on. Well, something a little bit more untangible. It's information that I seek. However, if you are capable to, well, I'll just tell you plainly. You see, Jim, I have a deal in the works, one in which I bring to justice certain men whom profiteered from their criminal enterprise here in Riverside. I would ask you if you could bring me the information to where I may find these men. However, I would be glad to pay you much more handsomely if you could bring these men to me directly and discreetly, of course.
Hmm. What sorts of information are you looking for then? Dirty little secrets that you can exploit?
Oh, something more direct. Where they live, where I can find them. They would not come to me when I made a gracious offer, dubious, of course. It seems I've garnered a reputation for being somewhat of a forceful personality.
Gee, I would not have guessed it, my lord.
Some people simply lack vision. I only aim to help. But I digress. Yes. If you could bring me the information to where I may find these men, I can handle it from there. However, if you would do the dirty work, bring them to me discreetly, there would be more in it for you.
Well, sir, Honest Jim will do what he can. With that in mind, as he kind of blows on a single coin within his pocket, as if wanting to get a little more incentive.
Oh, of course, of course. Memnon would definitely give him some extra coins. Your time is precious, Jim. I would never undervalue it.
Indeed, sir. My lord, you would not. Now then, give Honest Jim some time, and I'll find what I can for you. The latest a week.
Hmm. Very well. If you do need some assistance in gathering proper information, why not speak to that lady Sophia, whom you recommended and I took into my service? She had seen their faces and gained their names, but she could not follow them as her presence is a little bit, well, pronounced.
Yes, I can see your point in that endeavour. Now, as he kind of stretches his back, I will begin searching then. If there's nothing else that you need Honest Jim for.
Perhaps a small inquiry as to your master. How does he fare?
Ah, my master is a cantankerous sort. He's been going out and about the city's walls, uh, working on defenses.
Oh, he'd see Memnon's expression perk up. Defenses, you say, of a practical sort or something more elaborate?
He goes, I'm not at entire liberty to say it is his dealings after all. He just simply tells me that he's doing that, and that is it.
Hmm. I
Surely,
have. Mhm.
surely, my lord, you have noticed a few times many fires burning out within the city, I'm assuming.
Yes. Yes, I am somewhat familiar with that.
There've been talk that some of them were done to cause a panic in the city, like during the plague. Some fires and rioting had occurred during that time. My lord and my master is simply looking to prepare in case an outside force is involving itself with us.
Hmm. If you would be so kind, Jim, would you take word to your master and tell him that Memnon offers him service if there is something that in my capacity I can do for him in the greater good of Odessa?
I can certainly bring that along. I'm uncertain how appreciative he will be, but I am certain it will figure itself out, and he will let you know.
Memnon smiles. Thank you, Jim. You are a most amiable fellow.
He nods at this, and he kind of steps into the shadows, and he's just kind of gone. Not in the way of like obfuscation or anything like that. It's just more of he just kind of dissipates into the shadows. Jim is no longer there. You're in an alleyway.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay then. Yeah. With that, Memnon would I guess he'll just meander around Riverside, just maybe taking in the sights, sizing the place up. And I believe with that, we can call this a scene. So thank you to the watchers for watching and the players for playing. This has been another scene in Odessa, the Dark Crusade. Have a good night.